founder of CCC, Campus Crusade for Christ, passed away at the age of 82. The Christian mission for soldiers becoming difficult because of the enforcement of ordinance by the Ministry of National Defense. The American Christian youth feeling a great gap in between church and reality. Islamic believers of Kenya demanding the release of an Islam clergy. A seminar held for the Presbyterian ministers in the Middle East. Hello, this is Daniel Cho for Missioncast. Dr. Bill Bright, the founder of CCC, passed away on July 19th in his home at the age of 82. Dr. Bright, who had been a young businessman, got the calling from God to be used as an instrument of evangelism of young adults in 1951, when he graduated from Fuller Theological Seminary, and he founded CCC in UCLA. From then, he worked so enthusiastically, and the organization now is the biggest campus missionary group in the world, which has 26,000 full-time workers in 191 international branches. Four Spiritual Laws that he wrote in 1956 was translated in 200 languages and introduced to more than 2.5 billion people. Especially CCC supported the production of Jesus. The movie made in 1979, based on the Gospel of Luke, became the visible instrument to spread the gospel to non-believing races and illiterate people in the world. The late Bill Bright had the prostate cancer and pulmonary problems for years and retired in January 2001, passing on his place of presidency to Steve Douglas. The Ministry of National Defense is going to enforce a new law from this year that allows religions other than Protestant, Roman Catholic, and Buddhism to send their ministers to the army as army chaplains. The reason Christianity opposes the ordinance is that they will be competing with more Christian heretics than any other religions, so it will be a great deterrence to the Christian mission. But the Ministry of National Defense refused the opinion of the Christian opposition. For this, the Association of Army Mission expresses concern, saying that they would also consider counterplans such as issuing a statement to and visiting the Ministry of National Defense, and they argue that those who are qualified as Army chaplains should be of the religions that represent at least 5% of the population. The National Assembly passed the revised bill late last year that might enlarge the range of religious officers. According to the bill, the applicants to the religious office should be enrolled in seminaries, Buddhist colleges, and other schools built for the purpose of nurturing clergymen, which might make the mission very difficult. The American Christian young boys and girls seem to feel a great gap in between church life and social reality. According to Barna Research, which is searching the Christian way of thinking, 56% of the teenagers under 13 are participating in church-related activities twice or more per week. 80% of the participants especially said that they learned important instructions and faith through sermons and church activities. However, 21% of them said that they got nothing through church attendance, which reminds us of the importance of youth ministry. Also, 87% of the youth made friends and 86% learned about the Christian tradition through church activities, and 85% had attended church-led relief activities. For the result of this research, George Bana, the president, said that young people are benefited from the church, but they lack the capacity to live practical lives the way the Bible teaches them. They make friends and learn many good instructions in church, but they cannot link their faith to their lives. Islamic believers of Kenya demonstrated fiercely, demanding the release of the Islam clergy who had been accused of setting fire to 5 Christian churches. For this, Christians are thinking that the fire was not set by one person, but by an organization against Christianity, So they are wondering if the Islamic clergy would get the punishment well deserving of what he did. In the middle of this serious conflict between the Christianity and Islam, the judgment would affect the next action of the two groups. It was Mutiso who was arrested and appointed as the leader of the church burning. In the past, he was a Christian pastor, but now he's an Islamic clergy speaking hostile words against Christianity. Islamic believers threw stones to the police station protesting the arrest of the clergy and threatened that they would burn down another church. For this, Christians demanded the Kenya government to investigate the incident thoroughly and make the Islam indemnify for the damage. A seminar for the church growth is held for the first time in Jordan for the Presbyterian ministers working in the Middle East. This seminar, held in July 24th to 29th, is presented both in Arabic and in English in Jordan Presbyterian Korean Council, and there would attend 20 ministers working in the countries like Lebanon, Syria, Sudan, Egypt, and 13 international Christian leaders staying in Jordan. Under the subject of the Gospel of God's Kingdom and the Church Growth, the seminar is composed of various programs including 5 lectures, 50 minutes each, worship services, Holy Communion, visitation to the Holy Land, and many more. And to help local churches to grow and develop, the history of Korean churches would be used as a model. Also, the participants will discuss many other matters such as nurturing local ministers, planting churches, educating ministers, and building seminaries. This seminar deserves to attract people's attention because since the war against Iraq, the Middle East has been in the center of people's concern. Spreading the news of people of God, this is Daniel Cho for Missioncast. Until next time.